Hey, today I wanted to put something out that was a little bit more applied theoretical than the things that I've done before, so have patience with me. Good things are good, and bad things are bad. It's a word technology to solve every problem. Now, it has a couple of attributes. The first one is that it appeals towards this transcendent sense of morality. Even if that doesn't exist in this world with violent ideological or identity-based antagonisms pre-built into it, dreaming of this mutually cooperative moral system is a sign of good faith in any conversation. Regardless of whether it's real, the phantom of it can be practical. And then, within that, it also helps us relate to people that actually believe in objective morality, as remarkable as that is. It's a nice way of cutting across even further ideological lines. The second part of it is that it's mindful of postmodernist groupthink. Sometimes the deck is stacked against you, and this allows you to deal your own cards in those circumstances. It displays humility and acceptance and understanding towards those that you might have otherwise perceived adversarial relationships with, and allows you to create a space for listening, exchanging information, and empathizing with other people when such a platform might not otherwise exist. Now, through creating this camaraderie, we're better able to synthesize our positions because it increases our understanding of others' positions and their relationship towards ours. And it permits other people, and it permits and influences other people to do the same. When you put people into this collaborative type of mindset, it allows them to become a lot more than what they might think they are in their most primal, antagonistic sense. And those that agree with your original position, the one that you're putting beneath this communication, those people are going to recognize this as a humorous irony that ends up that respects their predator. It's a good way of developing esteem within your ideological base, as it demonstrates that you have tamed the beast that they are afraid of. Or it subtly jabs at the person that they view as their prey. It really depends on how anxious or how courageous they are in their ideological antagonisms. Presuming that your base sees the wisdom in this technique, that's how it's going to play out. Otherwise, if they aren't a big brain Chad like you are, then you can always adjust their filter using another persuasive technique in your arsenal. Now, don't be sure to just use this again and just, at the same person that's criticizing you for using it in the first place, because that's not really authentic. And inauthenticity with this is really a death sentence, because the moment that you start having people call your humor or your irony inauthentic is the moment that, really you can describe every action that you do as inauthentic, and they'll end up winning because you are perceived as inauthentic. Anything that you say won't be taken seriously. So don't overuse it. Now, the third aspect of this is that it's an unbreakable argument. Good things are good, and bad things are bad. The tautology is simple, self-evident, and it starts a discussion in a world where you're discussing nuance around this shared mutual principles, instead of engaging in this battleground of postmodern ideological polarization where literally everything that you say is an act of violence in order to, permit more violence to fall upon your conversational adversary, or perceived conversational adversary. Again, good things are good and bad things are bad. 1 equals 1 and 2 equals 2. It has many uses. One is to divert adversity through critical irony. Have you ever been put in a position where someone proclaims themselves as the paragon of virtue and morality when really they reek of hypocrisy? I certainly have. Are you worried about being sent to the gulag, or perhaps the gas chamber, because of your moral system not aligning with the authoritarian society you find yourself in? Now, is this person you're arguing with antisocial enough to run a scorched earth psyop against you as a method of disenfranchising further dissent from their position? Now, don't worry. We have just the tool for you. Become a living Rorschach test by being stern yet polite and saying the following. It seems like you think that I disagree that good things are good and bad things are bad. Everyone from saying that will know that you're doing your best to be morally upright. Those who once thought they disagreed with you will see that their beliefs are, a presupposition of yours to what you're currently advocating, which demonstrates respect, humility, and appreciation for what they believe. By doing that, you're able to persuade them better. And by doing that, you're able to be persuaded in a way that betters you within this conversation. Now, to some, this may seem humbling of you. To others that are more aggressive, it might seem like you have cognitive dissonance and are an idiot. So you'll be very similar to everyone else in the world. Those afraid, living in the shadows of authoritarian censorship, will see you as a traveler of worlds, someone who's willing to brave the rapids of cultural difference by accepting this flickering and ethereal sense of universal moral authority, one that's separated from the previously mentioned hierarchy of antagonisms based on ideology and identity. Again, good things are good, and bad things, well, they're bad. They're very bad. The second use of this is to simplify your life. Are you growing weary of needing to think through the complexities of morality and philosophy on things while also needing to be a role model that acts confidently for all of the people around you? Now you need to automate your morality to be satisficing. And what satisficing means is it's doing the best thing that you can in the situation given the circumstances. But it's okay if it doesn't meet your ideal standards, because ideal things don't exist in the real world, much like intelligent and non-cognitively dissonant people. Your beliefs and values are most likely the result of programming or being designed into you from birth, and whatever free will you can claim to have in your rationality seems to really only be effective in post, where you're reviewing and orienting yourself for your next action based on the results of what came naturally. So be okay with being wrong in good things are good and bad things are bad, but orient yourself towards those objective morals you're calling towards that you can see within your postmodernist filter that your perspective comes from originally. So, again, be okay with being wrong and do your best. Focus on good actions, and not merely signaling that you have good thoughts. Now, all that thinking and talking about thinking, it clouds your ability to act in a timely manner that honestly reflects your rational experience in that moment. There's nothing like overthinking something to ensure that your actual execution of it is crap. Now, if you liked this content, be sure to subscribe to what I do. And if you found it valuable, then please consider making a small donation at the PayPal link below. Take care.